Don't want to be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under new media. You can hear the sound of hysteria. The subliminal mindfuck America. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation. Everything isn't meant to be okay. Television dreams of tomorrow. We're not the ones we're meant to follow, for that's enough to argue. Maybe I'm the faggot America. I'm a part of a redneck agenda. Everybody do the propaganda. Sing along with the age of paranoia. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation. Everything isn't meant to be okay. Television dreams of tomorrow. We're not the one we're meant to follow, and that's enough to argue. Don't want to be an American idiot. One nation controlled by the media. Information nation of hysteria is calling out to idiot America. Welcome to the new kind of tension all across the alien nation. Everything isn't meant to be okay. Television dreams of tomorrow. We're not the ones we're meant to follow, for that's enough to argue. Hey, everybody, welcome to another Monday from the no longer as much on fire, beautiful Southern California region. I am your host, Brian, sitting in his backyard with his classic brown corduroy light. Just if you've seen me at a Ren Fair after hours, you know this jacket. If you've been through my closet, you know this jacket, and thank you for cleaning up those skeletons. Welcome to the show that begins, well, about 3 minutes ago. Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific, or it's an advice show that I do called Bad Advice with Brian. It's right there in the title. This is a bad advice show. Not that it's a bad show. I need to clarify. I probably should be a little better about this going forward. We're going to have a good time. As streams go, I would dare say this is the best stream you're watching right now. Brave words. If this is your first time watching a stream and you're like, I don't know what a stream is, I'm confused by loud noises, relax, calm down, everything's good. You can actually watch this show on your browser window if you're in Facebook or Twitch or YouTube, wherever you're watching me. I'm going to several locations. Or you can put me on your smart TV. What is a smart TV? Well, go to your TV right now and say, are you smart? Did it respond with words? Then your television is possessed. You have a poltergeist. Get the hell out of the house. I'll send a tiny woman in who'll throw a tennis ball for your little blonde girl daughter. And that's the kind of comedy you can expect here. Extemporaneous, off the top of a seriously diseased brain that doesn't know how to stop. No, but seriously, if you have a smart TV in your living room, you've watched Disney Plus on it, HBO Max on it, super advanced web streaming porn on it, then you have a smart TV, which means you can probably get the image from your browser and or phone or laptop, whatever, up to that TV. I cannot tell you how to do that, as it's different depending on what your streaming service provider is and what kind of hardware you're using. I can't help you there, but I'm sure somewhere on the screen where you're currently watching me, there's a little project onto your TV thing. You can do that now, but I would recommend keeping your laptop or your smart device open for little chats and whatnot. Speaking of chats and whatnot, this is an advice show, which means highly interactive with the audience, unlike my other show, Beer and Songs, where I just sing songs and ignore the audience. That's not true. I acknowledge them there too. But here it's super important to be a part of the show. So if you're watching, I understand some people get lurky. They don't want to, they're shy. But if you have an advice question you want to answer, do not be shy. Do speak up, because without your advice questions, the show goes absolutely nowhere. There, I've covered all the important basics of the technology of what you've got yourself in for. Now let's get to the disclaimer. As I said, this is a bad advice show, but it is a comedy show not to be taken seriously. The advice that I'll be doling out this evening is meant in jest. Dare I say it is a joke. Do not take it seriously. We will get into almost every subject that people will bring up in the show, and really the advice questions are just a clever way I come up with coming for a nice little chat with my audience. That's really, you guys figured that out, right? Regulars have figured this out by now. It's a very flimsy mantle on which this show is built. With that in mind, I must read, but what I should say is not everybody gets that I'm just goofing around here, and they might actually take some of the ridiculous advice I give and get themselves hurt and or killed. But don't worry, I learned from Judas Priest, and if they can get away with it, then damn it, so can I. And I reached out to my Patreons. If you're a patron of mine, thank you and welcome, Fobs, to write me a disclaimer, a thing I can read at the top of the show to make sure I am legally, let's just say I'm in Dutch with the legal system. Not sure if that's correct, but you get the idea. Excuse me, slivers. So I reach out to my patrons every week, and every week it's the same two people who respond to that post. I think they're in cahoots to write about a paragraph or so for me to read at the top of the show that I have not seen either one of these paragraphs. I asked the other patrons to vote on which one they like the beast, the best. The winner will get read right now. I'm looking at that post right now. Okay, two people entered disclaimers, Gary Pauls and Bobby Moncrief. Gary Paul's got 2 votes for his. Bobby Moncrief got 3, so congratulations, Robert Moncrief. As I now read this, and this is a cold read, I can improvise, I can yammer on with the best of them, but you're about to see why I never get a lot of acting jobs. I tend to slur my words, and I have a bit of a speech impediment, and whatever. Anyway, so here we go. I'm now reading this for the first time ever. I hope to God this doesn't make me look like an ass, and it might. Here we go. From Bobby Moncrief, here is tonight's disclaimer. From the shadows of Camden Yards, I, Brian Howard, rose from the shadows to be much taller than Punxsutawney Phil to stand here tonight. A host, bad advice. Always take weather advice from a rodent. Use the abacadabra method to take Scantron tests. Okay, I'm with it now. And believe everything I say is true. If you agree with the following things, please turn off the stream now. If you're here to laugh, digress, drink, and have fun, well, without further ado, let's guzzle faux shuzzle and start the show. All right, I screwed up a few of those words. I haven't seen the word Scantron ever written. And did I do it? Abacdaba. Abacadab. It's not like it's abracadabra, but there's no R's, of course, in Scantron tests. Do the kids even know what Scantron tests are? I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's the SATs. Remember those little circles you fill in? That's the Scantron. And yes, Bobby, I feel called out because a few times during my SATs, the 2 times I took them, I abacadabbed it. Absolutely. I looked at where I was on time. I realized I got 10 minutes left. Oh, shit. At least I got to finish. Anyway, thank you. If you're still watching, you probably just saw we had a bit of a technical glitch that does happen from time to time. I'm coming back up right now on Twitch. I'm monitoring Twitch right now to see where I am on the show. There we are. Okay. little bit of a technical glitch there. Hey, another thing I should have said to the new people, this is a show that's going over the internet. I have pretty high-speed internet at my house, but I cannot account for all the nodes in the neighborhood or what's going on with my wife's computer or what's going on with the kid's computer. So that does occasionally happen. A couple things to keep in mind when I do freeze like that. Usually it happens like it just did, and I'm gone for about 10 seconds. Often you can still hear me, which is kind of weird. We're back. Just hang tight wherever you're watching the show. I will kick the mouse that runs in the little wheel to make the internet work better, and we'll get the show back. On the rare occasion the show completely crashes, it takes me about 5 minutes to kind of go when things are really screwed up, or I mean, have to like reboot the router and stuff. That wasn't one of those times. That was just internet congestion. But anyway, that will happen occasionally. Don't freak out about it. Okay, we are to the first part of our show that we like to call Guzzle Faux Shuzzle. As you saw, the lovely and talented Mr. Moncrief. Whoop, wrong button right there. I have too many little things to click on this show. They're not alphabetical. Do I even need it on the screen? Oh, I've got it. Well, there it is. So we're going to do it. If I'm going to give bad advice, by gosh, by golly, by Jiminy, and by crickets, I am first going to take some bad advice. Now, as a lot of you know, I am a beer drinking fella. I like me some beers. We'll have some beers here on the show. I'm not much of a drinker. I don't really like liquor so much. You brought her. You. You know, hugger. So we have a little liquor service at the top of the show. You do a little shot. We take a booze, we put it in a little cup, and then we mix it up with some stuff. The mixers, the cocktails we concoct here on the show, if I can use that word twice in one sentence, are devised by you. Now, as you can see, our liquor tonight, you brought her, is just basically gin. The wife went out recently somewhere. I forgot where she went. She went to some event, some get-together somewhere, and she stopped at a Ultimate Wine. I don't know where the hell she stopped. She got like about 12 little bottles of tequila, gin, wine, everything, and smuggled them into this little event she went to. She came home with a lot of them. Anyway, so I'm going to put the old gin in the glass here. Now, as you've probably already noticed, this little section of the show is, we're thinking of this as a shot, right? Now you're going, hey, Brian, that's a much larger glass than a regular shot glass. You are correct, loyal listener. It's just big because I like to have a nice big glass in my hand. I'm a giant man. I'm 9 feet tall. But there's the entire bottle of Tanqueray dry gin. Let me give it a sip. I might suddenly decide I like liquor. Okay. Let's get our 4 mixers. There will be a poll at the top of the screen that you can vote on if you're at Twitch. If you're not at Twitch, you can't do that. But speaking of which, if you're not on Twitch, you might want to start making your way over there now. There's a link right below you. You below you. In the liner notes of the show, there's links to all the places I'm streaming right now. I recommend most of you come on over to Twitch. That's where the majority of the audience is. That's where the party is. Okay, mixer number 1, taco sauce. Not to be confused with salsa, not to be confused with, yeah, Sila Damar. Yummy. It's, I have a rough voice tonight, so that actually was kind of nice. Not salsa, not just plain old hot sauce, taco sauce. It's a, you can imagine what it probably tastes like. You probably have it you might have it in your house, but it's not a typical thing people have around the house. They tend to have hot sauce, or they'll have a salsa of some kind, but taco sauce, kind of right down the center lane of sauces for the spicy foods or Mexican foods or tacos, right there in the name. So taco sauce, we're not endorsing any brands here tonight, so I'll just hold it like that. That is your first option you can vote on. We're not voting yet, so chill out. Number 2, staying in the sauce variety of things, ketchup. We've done ketchup before on the show for various ones. It doesn't mix very well, but I figure I haven't done it in a while. Let's get it in there. You already saw the brand on that one. Ketchup, of course, is what that is. There's almost always one dry thing, a thing made of powder, usually. And tonight's powdery thing is original Kingsford all-purpose seasoning, bold and smoky. Now, as a guy that's a bit of a grill nut, as you guys know, right over here on the screen, actually there, just out of the shot is a nice electric smoker my wife got me. I make my own rubs and stuff, but I guess one time I was in a rush. I bought this, took it home. It's fine. It's got pretty much all the things I would have put it in anyway. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to be one of those really uptight barbecue guys. Oh, you got a product from Kingsford off the shelf. Yeah, but it's got everything in it I would have put in it anyway. I don't want to mix up my blender too much, or my vice blender. And the fourth one, lime juice. One of those little bar kind of lime juices. It even says Mix Masters at the top. I guess that's the brand. Not actually squoze and lime juice, the kind of clarified syrupy one that you have at a bar. I don't know what makes it like that. Premium key lime juice and pure cane sugar. There you go. It's not just lime juice. It's lime juice and sugar. So those are your options to people that just joined us. Our liquor tonight. You brought her. You liquor tonight. I feel like liquor tonight. Like liquor tonight. The comedy will not get better. Seriously. You're free to go. Our liquor is Tanqueray, imported, I think, from England. I don't know. Dry gin. It looks like water. If you want to really freak somebody out, you put that in their glasses. Here's your glass of water, and they go, ah, and then they do like Doc Brown in Back to the Future 3. Arguably the best. The first one's still the classic. Don't get me wrong. And yeah, I'm going to digress about this, and it's one of my favorite movies. The second one, too confusing, too much shit going on. Third one, that's the Western one. You know why I like it? Because it kind of stays there a while. I like that they just stayed there. They went back to that Western thing, and they just hung out and had a story. Doc Brown fell in love with Mary Steenburgen. I make a reference to her in my show occasionally, to the idea that the canyon would have been called whatever her name was in the movie, but there's a reference there none of you are going to get. Anyway, so start debating amongst yourselves. Hey, Zadora. My brain gamer. I'm going to put a poll up at the top. You guys tell me what should be the mixer with my gin. Again, you're not going to see the poll if you're on Facebook or YouTube. Over at Facebook, I'm streaming to my personal page, my Brune page, into Mooney and Brune. I'm also streaming to my YouTube page. Hi, people at those locations. I can see everybody's comments, even if you're over at those locations. I'm using an app called Restream. All your comments are aggregated and brought over to me. Aggregated? Hang on, one of my things not working. Oh, no, they're all working. Okay. So look at the top of your screen if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, come on over. Twitch.tv/Brian Howard Live. I guess it's always / isn't it? I don't know. You know what? I want wings now, Lego board. You got me thinking about wings. Okay, let's look how the voting's going. Only it's set for 2 minutes. 2 people have voted for smoky seasoning. 1 person has voted for lime juice. There's one nice person in the audience. Only 2 people have voted so far. So there's a lot more people watching the show live. So there we go. Now we're moving. Taco sauce got a vote. Nobody likes ketchup yet. Another one for taco sauce. Another one for smoky seasoning. I didn't know what to call it. Smoky seasoning. Slippers. I'm going to get a beer ready. The rule of the show is after I drink this horrible concoction, if it is a horrible concoction, I will have a beer, but I always try to wait 1 minute after I drink it before I wash the mouth out. If you came in late, my name is Brian. We're doing Guzzle for Shuzzle. This is Bad Advice, the show that happens Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific. This is the last Gen Pop show of the winter season. I should say that right now. This show will then go behind its little paywall over at Patreon. So if you're watching the show right now and you get any kind of fun out of this, you go, hey, this is a fun group to hang out with. Well, I agree. This show will go back behind the curtain. So only the Patreons get to see it. It's normally a special show just for them, but I figured I'd make it for the Gen Pop on the winters. I've done it like 2 winters in a row. Okay, here's our final results. Ketchup got 0 votes. Taco sauce, dose votes. Lime juice, trace votes. And smoky seasoning, 4 votes. Smoky seasoning, as you can see, 1. Okay, so we'll get our smoky seasoning. We got our gin. We'll get our towel in case this is horrific. Now, whenever it's a solid, there's always going to be a mixture issue. Often these things do not dissolve. They're not meant to dissolve in liquid. They're meant to sit on, this one especially is meant to sit on the top of meat. Just like I am. I'm meant to sit on top of meat. Like I got to pop the little shaky thing off, right, to get a decent spoonful. Hang on. How am I going to do this? I didn't think this through. Come on. This looks like I removed a sheet of paper on it, so this should be able to come off. Ow. Bent my fingernail back. How about this? This is a better tool. Trust me, what I'm doing off camera is not exciting. You're not missing anything. All right. Get the hell up. Okay, got it. Ugh. Yeah, I totally. Why that was so hard? So it may not mix. We'll have a suspension of some kind. I'm not sure if the spoon will even go in. I usually say a teaspoon. The spoon I have is not a teaspoon. It's a teaspoon, but it is measurement wise considerably larger than the standard food issued teaspoon. That right there is way more than a teaspoon. So I'm an idiot basically, and I just put in quite a bit more. And I'm going to seal this back up before I knock it over and it goes everywhere. And then all the ants suddenly are very angry at me. They don't mind eating my little. There. Okay. So we're mixing. If you came in late, that is gin mixed with a like sort of a barbecue rub, an off-the-shelf barbecue rub. Yes, I know, barbecue nerds. I should be ashamed that it's even in my house. But there it is. And I'm happy to say it kind of is mixed in. I think the longer it stays in there, it's going to start to, I guarantee it will. And I'm going to do something I do every week. I don't know why I do this. I always give it a little snoot first. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It was kind of what I was expecting. It was absolutely what I was expecting, so no surprise there. So this might end up being okay. I can tell you already, this is going to taste horrible, but it's last week, I can't remember what we had. A lot of you here might can refresh my memory, whatever it was. It tasted exactly whatever last week's thing was, like I was expecting. It was not good, whatever it was, but it gross. I agree, Mark. How you doing, Mark? Go for liquid smoke. Ooh, Meow House. See, now you're thinking. Next time. I'm not sure if I have any of that in the house either. I got real wood chips, damn it. It's not tequila. It is gin and Scotty. We were talking about last week. Yeah, what was it? Tequila and tomato juice. Yeah. Was that what it was? Okay. I know I had a V8. I had a vegetable juice. All right, whatever it was. Okay. It was actually, it tasted bad, but it wasn't terrible. Okay, here, now this looks like it's mixing nicely. And I'm going to take a little more time here because I think that once it's mixed nicely, we're going to have a decent beverage. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be bad. If you have triggers, guys, trigger warning right now, you're going to see a guy drink something that's pretty bad. My reactions are going to be real. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm ready to barf. I have towels nearby to clean myself up of my own sick. So here we go. Here's to you guys. Thank you for choosing. Welcome to Bad Advice with Brian. This is gin and a over-the-counter dry rub. It was A1 sauce. Yes, tequila and A1 sauce. Exactly. And I'm thinking, Marina, that this is going to be similar to that because A1 sauce is a very strong flavor. I think this stuff is a very strong flavor. I think the juniper of the gin is not a very strong flavor. So I think I'm just going to have a glass full of dry rub. And as a barbecue nerd, I don't mind that. So I think this is going to be all right, even though this is the worst one you could have picked, I think. Lime juice would have been the best, obviously. Ketchup would have been kind of, yeah. All right, here we go. I usually take 2 sips. I take one, I get half of it down in the first sip. I don't slug it anymore. I realize that makes it worse. But just give it a sip. Oh, fuck me. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, somebody time me. I think I'm already 10 seconds in. I got 50 seconds till I can drink this beer. Oh, man. That was bad. That was... Okay, if last week's tasted about what I was expecting, and it was bad, but since I was ready for it, this one tasted way worse. Scotty, way worse. Unbelievably worse than I was expecting. I think that blew my mind. So this sucker is on notice. Even though now I know what it's going to taste like, and I'm going to call an audible. I'm not finishing it because I almost did. I drank way more than half, as you can see. All that's left in there is a little bit of that powder and almost no gin. So I'm calling an audible as the commissioner of Guzzle Faux Shuzzle. I'm gonna get this glass the hell away from me though. Then I want to smell it all night. Oh, the name of the seasoning, Scotty. It's Kingsford. Kingsford, like the charcoal company. Kingsford original all-purpose seasoning, bold, and I don't. Oh, my glasses are here somewhere. I don't know. I don't have them on. Bold and what does it say? Bold and authentic smoky flavor. That's a huge name. I just call it Kingsford Original, shaky spice, whatever I don't know why you need it. Finish it. I will not, Mark. You can yell all you want. I would have finished it had I not noticed on the first sip that it was not mixed. I thought it was. So now it's in that glass. The proportions are way the fuck off. So I'm saying no. Putting away is good advice, but this is bad advice. Name of the drink is King's Shit. Well, that might happen. Has it been a minute? I think it has. Add more. No, Mark. Not the way the show works. You guys, I'm not your dancing monkey. You guys are already starting with the names. I haven't even got there yet. I think it's been a minute. I'm sticking my New Year's Eve resolution of drinking lower alcohol beer. So this is a lovely Korean beer that I've recently started to really enjoy. Okay. Okay, let's talk about it. I am your monkey, according to Mark. Okay, Mark. No, it was bad. It was bad. And what's left in there would have been, I think, possibly vomit inducing. So, guys, I know my limits. Trust me, on this show, when I do, I've not always finished them, as you know. Every now and then I don't. And that's what you dance for my entertainment and make it. And make it. I don't know what he's saying. Round of Malord on me in March. Okay, Zadora. Yeah, see now Zadora's jumping on me. Mark's jumping on me. Welcome to everybody. Jump on Brian. I'm a giant man. Two people can make love to me at once and never meet. It was supposed to say, make it sexy. Make it sexy. Okay. Well, either way, it's funny, Mark. So don't worry about it. You have the fun hat. Mark has the fun hat for the little monkey emoji. Put your fun hat on, Mark. Okay, guys. First thing we do now is we get to the rating of it, or the next thing we do now, and then we'll title it. Ratings, as you saw, that was bad. That was bad. And just like last week's wasn't as bad, and it was, you're right, tequila and A1 steak sauce, this week's was much worse for the opposite reason. Last week's tasted exactly like I thought it would taste. I basically drank a glass of A1 steak sauce. I could taste a little tequila on the back end, but the A1 steak sauce, I like the flavor. You like the flavor. Some people don't. I don't care. We talked about it last week. I don't even use it on steak. I have no idea why it's even in our house. Nobody in my family uses steak sauce, but I do like the flavor. And so that's what it was. Weird to drink. Yes, I did both sips last week. No problem. This week, I thought I knew what this would be like. I thought the King's Turd. I thought it is a nice mug. Thank you, Danny. We call you Danny the Mug Bringer. There you go, Danny. There's your nickname, Mug Bringer. Oh, that's too long. Muggy. How about Muggy? You like that, Danny? You're Muggy. And there's Mark's hat. What is it? It's like a top hat, and he's waving. From now on, we call Danny. Well, it's up to Danny. If Danny likes Muggy, we'll call her Muggy. I thought I knew what this was going to be. Because it was a solid, I thought it was going to do that thing where it gets caught everywhere. It really didn't, so that's a good thing. It went down. My mouth is not, it's not like the time I did the ground clove. You were here for that night. Oh, that was a rough one. If you have ground clove in your house, trust me, take a spoonful. Enjoy it. Yeah. Put it in water and then take a slug of it. And call me in the morning. I think I did it with rum or something. I don't know what I did it with. I thought I knew what this was going to be. It was muggy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, muggy. Right? If you like it, it's yours, Danny. And then we're going to start calling you Muggy. Tonight's the night Danny gets her official sort of fob nickname. She's Muggy. If she accepts it. Yeah, that's how we'd spell it too. I thought I knew what this was going to be. I was Wrong. It was considerably worse than I thought. It's unbelievably salty. So salty. Is it the most salty thing that I've done on the show for this part? Maybe. I don't think. Have we ever just done pure salt? No, we haven't. But I think we've done a few little. We may have done this before. This is, I think, been on the playlist. Somebody can go back and look at the tape of the show. We may have used this before. It is so salty. The gin, a weak liquor, not with a lot of flavor. Like if this was with tequila, it might not have been as bad. But gin is a more mellow liquor. You brought her. You lick her mellow. It's right above her hello. So the gin did not help. The gin wasn't like last week with the tequila. It was overpowered by also a very powerful thing, A1 steak sauce. But somehow those two flavors were okay. Slippers, because of the combination. So here we go. Here's the real gist of this week's cocktail. This didn't bring much to the table to stop this. Last week, I don't think I needed anything to stop the A1. I think a teaspoon of A1 steak sauce down the throat would have been fine. Tequila just added to it. Okay, so last week tequila helped the A1 steak sauce go down, and A1 steak sauce is a fine thing to eat a tablespoon of. This, the gin, cowered in the corner. This guy kicked open the door and says, I'm here for your women and your tongues. And I don't know why he's a southern gentleman, but he is. He's a Kingsford. I'm Lord Kingsford, and I want to go down your throat exactly the way that you think. Who's here to stop me? And then little Bob, I will stop you, for I am Tanqueray. I have come to you as a British gentleman to stop you, Mr. Kingsford, from harming the good people of the village. And the king says, no, you're weak, and pow, and knocks him the hell out of there. My dog's going to find that later and chew it and probably eat it. Let me go get it. My chair is. If you're like, how is he hovering? I felt so roguish when I did that I'm like, well, now I gotta go get it. I got a weird dog that'll eat anything on the ground. He eats an ass full of plastic, and not in a good way. Best joke of the night so far. Please keep track of your favorite jokes from tonight's show, and maybe at the end we'll have a little, hey, who liked this one the best? That is the ass full of plastic joke. Pretty good at what I'm doing right now. I'm better than you. I don't know. You might be good at it too, but go get your own job. Anyway, Kingsford knocked the shit out of the British Empire, and this guy took over. And that guy was way more intense than I expected him to be. Way more intense. So, that being said, we rate these beverages from 1 being the worst possible thing I could put in my mouth. You can go back to the ass and plastic joke if you want to do a little tie-in right there. Go right ahead in the chat. And number 10 being actually not a bad beverage. We have had both. As we all know, our historically worst one so far ever has been mezcal and relish. Yes, we did that. We did that. Look at me including you, you adorable people. I did that. The best one we ever had, which was, I think, a lovely spiced rum and a sweetened condensed milk. I was kind of hoping for that tonight. I thought I'd get the lovely lime juice, and I'll have a lovely gin and lime juice cocktail. But no, you ended up being a bunch of jerks. Lovely, sexy jerks with beautiful asses. Oh, I'm getting your DMs. So I'm going to rate this bad. This is worse than last week. Now, last week, because it was a bad cocktail, but I believe I gave it a 5 because it had to stay on the bad side of things. Certain things, when you describe them, will tell you if it's going to get to 6 and above or stay 5 and below. If I tell you it's going to be tequila and A1 steak sauce, you're going to go, well, yeah, that's going to have to be bad. And the answer is yes, it's going to have to be bad. It's going to have to be bad. Okay? But it wasn't so bad. I believe I gave it a 5. Still bad, but on the top side of bad. This is going to be less. This brutalized my face. I didn't even finish it. I'm telling you, you people that might be calling me a pussy. I think, Mark, you came dangerously close to doing that. First of all, I'm with Betty White on that. The whole term of calling somebody a pussy to mean weak is ridiculous. You should call somebody, your balls. Look it up. There's this wonderful piece of Betty White talking about how come on, pussies are tough. Look at the pounding they take, and they keep going. Meanwhile, you smack some guy in the balls, not even that hard, he's down for the count. Betty White. May she rest in peace. 4 delicious options. What do you mean, Kyle? I'm not sure what you mean, Kyle. Anyway, so this is not going to get a 5. It's not going to get a 1 because it's not as bad as the relish and mezcal. That was rough. Whenever I do this show, I have sense memory of a lot of these cocktails. And I almost always I remember the clove one because my mouth felt like it had been sandblasted because that's what ground clove does. You beat that pussy and, ladies and gentlemen, and he even highlighted it. All right, Scotty. All right, I'll give you the fun hat on that. It's an adult show. By the way, the show is like R-rated. Okay. We talk about sex. We acknowledge. We use words like piss and shit and fucking. Calm down. Get your kids out of the room is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, okay. Slippers. So I can't give it a 5 because last week's was better than this. I can't give it a 1. It's not as bad as mezcal and relish. And yeah, I do put this much thought into it. I guess I'm going to give it a 3 because it's considerably worse than the one last week, but also nowhere near as bad as mezcal and relish. More like NC-7. Okay, fair enough. No, it's not. NC-17, that would be like nudity and sex and penetration, right? Isn't that what X is? There's no such thing as triple X anymore, is there? There's just X. Well, it's just porn. Do porn theaters even exist anymore? I mean, porn is free on the internet, so I don't know. What's that Avenue Q song? The internet is for porn? Can't sing the melody off the top of my head. Hey, you're seeing me in a very rare thing tonight. I'm wearing 2 layers here and then this little overshirt, and neither one is a V-neck. I have lost my hipster cred. Guys, I'm rating this a 3. Now, what do we call it? Again, it is Tanqueray Gin and Kingsford Original All-Purpose Seasoning. What do you think it should be called? I'll look at the 2 or 3 best ones, and we'll make a poll, and you guys can vote on Twitch and decide which one it is. The Station Keeper got an R rating just for the zillions of uses of the F word, the Station Keeper. I don't know that reference. I mean, last week's Brian did make us all aware of every car he got luck in. I did, Marina Del Rey. The King's Turd, okay. King's Turd, that's our first one that I just saw. If there were one before in the chat, just say them again. I'm going to start from here. If you're wondering where I'm looking, by the way, the chat I keep down here because I tried having it up here where the camera is, and it doesn't work. The King's Rubdown, okay. Kind of similar. You guys don't want to get together and write a new one together. That's Kyle and Scotty. I have 2 so far. There's room for 2 more. God-awful original smoky gin, but spelled in a fun way. G-A-Dawful original smoky gin. Oh, it just stopped at smoky. The Station Agent. Oh, okay, that's something else. Unseasoned? Is that a title? Wait a minute. The London Muggle? Kyle, you already got one. Do you want to change yours to the London Muggle? Kyle, I can change King's Rub down to London. Okay, Meow House, Santa Ana Gin. Some people get that reference because that seasoning is used a lot in Santa Maria tri-tip. So maybe I don't get that reference actually. Maybe you're not right, Meow House. I thought you were doing like a Santa Maria tri-tip reference. Santa Maria is a town north of us here in California that famously has the tri-tip recipe. The King's Mandarin. All right, now you're just making more up, but I'll put them in there. The King's Wait. I should be copying and pasting these, but I can't because my hand's already. Smoky Gin then. God-awful Smoky Gin then? Well, you already have that. Oh, I'm full up. That's all I can do? Wait, 1, 2. I have 5. We already have got off it. Gin zoning. Winter, LA Wild Gin. Okay, start the poll. Look at the top. This is the 5 that I caught. If there's more, I do apologize. Content does not meet guidelines. Uh-oh. Start poll. Content does not mean guideline. Oh, the king's turd. Okay, I can't probably write turd. Okay, hang on. There you go. There we go. The king's rub down. Let's see if it does it this time. Start poll. All right, there we go. It didn't like the word turd. Come on. Isn't turd in the dictionary? Hang on. Webster's dictionary. Because if I just search turd, of course it'll have a thing. Okay, here we go. Merriam-Webster. All right. Search dictionary. Turd. Turd. There it is. Turd. A piece of fecal matter. Vulgar. A contemptible person. There. Take that, Twitch. Doesn't meet their guidelines. I've seen some of the shit you put on your platform here, Twitch. Meet your guidelines, please. Some live stream people just, the one guy that drank himself to death. I don't want to get depressing, but yeah, that's what our culture is now, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I'm trying to do better. Here I am in a medium of mediocrity, and I'm trying to be a shining beacon. I'm not the best at this. Trust me, there's some great stream shows out there, and there's plenty. Go check them out. King's, turd. I can say it, though, I think. Yeah, 2 votes for that. 4 votes for King's Rubdown. God awful original smoky as to Santa Ana Gin. I get it. Santa Ana win, right? You explain that. And the King's Mandarin. I don't get that reference. I'm sure it's more clever than me. The King's Rubdown is winning so far. If you just joined us, we just finished our cocktail for the night. It was gin and sort of a what would you call it? Like sort of a dry rub from Kingsford. Whoops, that's the wrong graphic. Ignore that. It's not Wednesday. There we go. How's my poll doing? Did it end yet? Just end. Nobody's voting, so I'm just go ahead and end it. End the poll right there. The King's Rubdown, ladies and gentlemen, is what that was. I did not enjoy that. And as I say, every night I do this show at this point, if you get together, a group of fans of my shows, I recommend have a little Brian Live get together with your other weird ass friends, because if they're like me and they're like you, they're probably weird ass. And do it yourself. Do it yourself, Brian, by the next evil shot. There you go. Thank you, Zadora. Nicely done. Or should I say, Muggy? Thank you, Muggy. Muggy. What Muggy's talking about, guys, is not, I don't do this for my looks, because, look at my face. I do it because I want to make the world a happy place and entertain you as best I can. I started doing these streams before the whole pandemic, which kind of was the emphasis inspired a lot of the current podcast culture. Here in Los Angeles, when 3 white guys are together near a microphone, you call that a podcast. And when they talk 90% of the time to their guests about their history with Saturday Night Live. Yes, I just called out the entire podcast industry. Are they listening? I don't know. Do I care? Absolutely not. That's the majority of what you are. Drop something in your hat right down below. Use paypal.me/BruneChat. Use BruneChat over at Venmo. Brian H. Brian Howard Comedy. If you're a Zelle user, I want to thank the following people. I want to thank Rick Snyder for your kind contribution. I also want to thank Gary Pauls for your kind contribution so far. That means tonight's show has already made 2 donations. Hurrah! Will it make more? Gosh darn it, I hope so. Speaking of donations, we're going to have a call to action later in tonight's show. In fact, I got to find it right now. I want to make sure that's out there. Okay, here we go. There it is. Well, there it is. Okay. I'm finding it. Okay, there we go. Open a new tab. I'm my own producer. So we're going to actually, if you don't want to drop a couple of shekels into my coffers, I totally dig that. We're going to reach out to some lovely people that could use your help right now after the Los Angeles fires. Quick fire update. In fact, I almost lit I have a fireplace right behind me. As you can see me, this is a real fireplace. I usually, in these chilly nights in Los Angeles, I'll light a fire. It'll be behind me. It's a charming little affectation for the show. I believe we're not in red flag right now, which is a warning that we have here in Los Angeles, California, that says, and you probably have it where you live too, which means no outdoor fires when the threat of fire is high. As hopefully most of you know, and if not, I'm telling you right now, we had a lot of fires the whole month of January. We've been on fire, but just the past 3 days, we've gotten rain 3 days in a row, a little bit each day, and my God, that helped. That's why I thought of lighting the fire tonight, but the very last second, I figured, you know what? Let's not. I have a little propane heater here. We're allowed to have that. I think I'm allowed to have that too because we're not in red flag, at least not in my neighborhood, but it might be considered tacky. My neighbors might see smoke coming out of my chimney and have a panic attack. So I'm going to try it. It is cold out here too. So I'm going to crank my propane heater up here in just a bit. Yeah, red flag. That's right, Seal Demar. You're Seal Lamar. You're down here too somewhere. Depends on the neighborhood, Seal Lamar. Some neighborhoods are still red flag, but I'm not, according to that app that we're all watching. Okay, so please do drop something in the hat. Don't click those things on the screen. That's just a screen graphic. Go to the liner notes, do it there. Guys, let's get into some advice. Ask a question. There's really only one guideline for a good question for bad advice. Don't make it heavy. Don't make it heavy. It needs to be real. It helps if it's a real thing that's going on in your life. Trust me, I've done this show for a while. It's always better to have it be a real thing that we can really sink our teeth into and have a good time with. Don't take it seriously. People are going to say some weird shit, and we already did a warning on that. So if you're still here, you're cool. Nothing heavy though, nothing that's life-threatening. And I'm, my heart goes out to you if you're dealing with something like that. But here we're going to try to keep it light and keep it casual. So just start putting those questions up there. If I don't see them, the lovely and talented Muggy will see them and drop those into the online event page. Okay, now before I get to the online event page, let's go over here to this page. Because I put a post over there on Patreon to see if everybody wants to have a question before the questions start rolling in over on the live stream. This also comes from Bobby Moncrief, very popular tonight. And his question is, now that I have no teams in the Super Bowl that I want to win, what should I do February 9th? You should go to New Orleans and you should streak onto the field at the Super Bowl. And we will all watch you, Mr. Moncrief. You will strip off your kilt. You will be arrested, but you will be a goddamn folk hero. I will pay for your bail. With that in mind, as you guys know, I'm a dyed purple and black. I'm from Maryland, so the Ravens are my team. I was hoping they would win. No, the Commanders got 1 week longer, and they also lost. And, of course, the Rams lost in the first round. So I have no pony. Let me just say this. If you're from Kansas City, if you're from Missouri, if you're a Chiefs fan, most of the negative poo-pooing of your team is the same reason we've seen it before. We saw it with the Patriots, the city of LA, the state of California. We get a lot of that kind of negative vibe a lot. Everybody wants to knock off the champ. The whole reference to California is that we are a very big, very prosperous, very, very pretty state with all kinds of great things. And it came out of the woodwork, didn't it? Boy, during the fires, a lot of ugliness and people's cult nature came out. And I would say the same for the Chiefs. You're getting a lot of shit right now. If you're a fan of the Chiefs, if you're from Kansas City, if you're from Missouri, if you're from Kansas, if you're from anywhere in that region, good for you. Your team is very good. Patrick Mahomes seems like a lovely young man. Travis Kelce seems like a cool dude. Mike Holmgren, I know for a fact, is a nice dude because he went to my daughter's junior high school. That's right, guys. Mike Holmgren, coach of the Chiefs, went to my daughter's junior high school. And the year that she was at her last year there before going to high school, he sent a video message. Somebody reached out to him and said, Mike, can you record and he went on for about a minute and a half. Hey, guys, it's me, Mike Holmgren, coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. And he talked to the kids and said, I also went to your school and go Kings. I forgot their mascot. And that's a very sweet thing that he did. And I liked him very much right there. I was like, oh, my God, this guy is nice. He's a sweetheart. I'm a Ravens fan. We really want to beat the Chiefs, but oh my God, he's nice. Mahomes is nice. Kelsey's nice. Taylor Swift is nice, I guess. I don't know. Most of the hate that you're getting right now, the Chiefs, a lot of it comes from the fact that you're just so good. You're a very good team. But I will say this, as a football fan, you are a good team. Who is, and other football nerds on the chat might get what I'm getting at here. And if you're not a football fan, this may not make a lot of sense to you, but trust me, it does in a weird way. You're a very good, very boring team. There. You're not good because you're exciting, because amazing. No, you're good because, you don't make a lot of mistakes. Mahomes is pretty safe with the ball. Kelsey's usually available. Boom, 3rd and long. We still got the first down. Yay. But it's not like exciting, like fucking watching, Derrick Henry run just over people for 40 yards or Lamar Jackson just shake and rattle and roll for like 7 seconds and somehow find somebody open in the end zone. Yes, Mahomes can do that too, but not as much. So your team is very good. Are they going to win this year's Super Bowl? I hope not. And that's coming from a guy who watched his team turn the ball over 4 times. The game yesterday probably should have been Chiefs-Ravens. Everybody in the league, most football fans thought that's probably what it was going to be. The Ravens, of course, turned the ball over 4 times, and you can't win a football game doing that, and that's why it wasn't. Had they won that game, would they have won yesterday? I don't know. Again, the Chiefs are a very good team. It was at their stadium. Who knows? But I like our odds. It never happened. And while we're on the subject, Mark Andrews is a good guy. He got us to the playoffs. He was injured for several weeks this year, but he's good. He's a good guy. He dropped that ball, but fuck it. Hey, the Bills fans, good for them. They raised a lot of money for his charities. I thought that was classy. Bills Mafia. Good job. I don't like your name, Bills Mafia. Mafia is gross. It kills people. It does horrible shit. I know. I use Mafia for the red and black Mafia, but, as someone who doesn't watch football, the talent disparity between the teams always confuses me. I thought the point of drafts was to give the bad teams good people, but the same people always seem to suck. Marina Del Rey, you have hit upon a very, very unique situation. Not unique at all. It pretty much covers all the major 4 sports in the country: baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. That's kind of true. It does seem that way to a point, but what will happen is a certain chemistry will happen on a certain team. And right now, for the past 5-10 years on the Chiefs, you have a certain chemistry with Kelsey and their running back, whose name I'm forgetting, and of course Mahomes, and of course the coach. And those are all going to be Hall of Fame people, and they're all on the same team at the same time. That occasionally happens. And that's why that happens. When assembling IKEA furniture, throw out the instructions there for quitters. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a question or not. It takes a lot more to win than just good players. Most drafts are a bust. That is possibly true too, Scotty. But the point is, who knows? The Ravens are also a very, very good team. They've been a very good team for most of their existence. If we go look at it, when they moved from Cleveland, stopped being the Browns, people that didn't know that, that's right, and became the Ravens. They had 1 or 2 seasons where they didn't have a winning record, but they started getting winning records, and they've been having a winning record, I think, every year except 1. And they've been in the playoffs, I think, more. The Ravens have been in the playoffs more years than almost any other team in the NFL in the past 10 years. Then they went to the Super Bowl twice. They won it both times. The Ravens' winning percentage of Super Bowls appearances is 100%. They win every time they go so far. They did not go this year. What kind of Valentine's dates? Okay, we're getting to the questions here. So anyway, that's my answer to Bobby Moncrief. You should go to New Orleans, get yourself down onto the stadium, and just fucking streak. Hey, I like the idea of highlighting your questions. Scotty says, advice: what should I get the wife for Valentine's Day, excluding sex toys or sex acts? Scotty, I would say just get her a lovely, long, thin vase, about 1.5 inches in diameter, but no sex toys. But get a long, thin vase. Want to win an argument? Just yell Uno and walk away. I like that Seal Lamar. Not a question. Everyone always wants to hate the champs. Yeah, they hated. Yeah, exactly. Scotty, I mean, exactly that's it. It's just you always hate the best team, you know. It takes a lot more to win. Yeah, exactly. Seal of Demar. When assembling IKEA furniture, I believe it's a device question. Throw out the instructions. Is that a question? It seems like a statement. And I like it, Seal of Demar. I have put it. Okay, first of all, bad advice. You young kids out there, it's mostly a young person thing. There's nothing. Oh, just fill your fucking house with IKEA furniture. It's going to last forever. Trust me, you're going to pack it flat, put it on top of whatever kind of ridiculous car that you still have since you were 20 years old. Take it home, put together that lovely desk, that chest of drawers, that bed. It's going to last you for years. You're going to be able to give it down to your children. It'll be a pile of wood pulp at that point because they don't stay together. Right? Everybody has done the thing where when you're nesting, you go to IKEA, you walk around the IKEA. Here in Southern California, here in Los Angeles, there's several IKEAs, but the big one, the one almost every kid that comes out here to be an actor in LA, if you go to the IKEA in Burbank, you Southern California people just spiked up, you know what I'm talking about. It used to be right next to the Media Center Mall, right? Now it takes up an entire city block. As you know, it's like a little theme park. It's right near actually where Disney Imagineering is in Burbank, if you're that much of a nerd, and I am. And you see them. You see these wannabe actors. They just got to LA. They got their apartment lined up. They got their room. They got roommates. I need a bed. I need a side table. I need a chair. I need a desk. They're walking around. They're the cock of the walk. And they're buying furniture that will not be in one piece in 10 years. It's terrible. It's terrible. The Swedes are laughing their ass off. But you know what I like there? First of all, I don't hate IKEA. We used to go there just to walk around. You go to the restaurant, right? And you have the meatballs. They're very good. The meatballs are very yummy. Those little round potatoes, the little meatballs. What comes with it? What was it, guys? Come on. That weird, it's like sawmill gravy. You guys know sawmill gravy? That's the white gravy that's on chicken fried steak, biscuits and gravy. That sawmill gravy. It's the Swedish version of that. And right, it's on the meatballs, and then there's like 4 little potatoes, and there's like a greenery, like broccoli or something, right? And that was the meal. Oh, and that what's that stuff, guys? Oh, the stuff, the like the cranberry, the lingonberry. Yum. I'm gonna go to IKEA after the show. No, I'm not. I never go anymore. A couple times the wife has said, I need to go to IKEA. I said, no, you don't. She says, I need to. She wants us to go to walk. Poor thing. Poor thing. Yeah, but I don't throw the instructions out. I need them. Shiloh Downlow asks, what kind of Valentine's dates should we do without taxing the service workers on what is likely to be one of their least favorite shifts? I think either go streaking with Bobby Moncrief, or you know what? You go to one of them adult clubs, right? That's a way to test a relationship. On Valentine's, are they even open? By the way, adult club is the one where you go. I'm just trying to dance around the word of sex. Okay, you go to a sex club, Shiloh, because the people working there handing out towels and operating the Swiffer, which I assume they must have the wet kind, the wet vac. I'm just picturing that now. Oh God, I'm working tonight. It's Valentine's Day at the sex club. How does that go? You're in a loving relationship, you and your partner. Hey, look what I got you tonight. What is that? It's a one-night pass to Club, Shadow. They always have a name like that, right? It's always Club Shadow. Club, a couple sex club names. Oh, and you could also have called the Clown Sex Dungeon, which we talked about here in the show. If I started a sex club, it would be called the Clown Sex Dungeon. And to come in, you got to be clean, you take a shower. Ladies are free because, I've seen how that kind of business works. And everybody has to wear clown makeup on their face, not on their body, because come on, you want to be able to get into some shenanigans. Oh. That being said, Shiloh, I'm not sure if I agree with your premise there. I mean, yes, if the service worker has a partner and they're bummed that they have to pull a shift, but all restaurants are booked solid, they're probably going to make good tips that night, right? So I was a waiter. Did I ever work? I probably did. As an entertainer, you tend to work when everybody else is partying. I haven't had a New Year's Eve gig in like 20 years because I just don't bother with them. I just do Ren fairs and the occasional theatrical show. And that's all I do. Oh, my dad has been a Cowboy fan for 50 years and always baffles me how surprised he is that they are bad. Well, they weren't always bad, Marina Del Rey. You know? I got you. Thank you, Muggy. See, I'm using it. My mom built a whole kitchen. I'm sure she did. It's amazing, Scotty. They sell sinks and cabinetry, and it's all going to fall apart in 10 years. Bad advice question from Seal Del Mar, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming up on Shot Call a Lot. You have to get ready for that if you want to play. Bad advice. When asked about your skills in an interview, list sarcasm first. They'll get it. Well, that, again, you're not asking a question, but you're making a good statement. And okay. That would be good. A job interview. Mr. Howard, was one of your best skills sarcasm? Is it time for Daddy to fix the shot? It is. Sorry, children. It's always the ISO at this time, right? Bring the ISO up. That's about all I can do. We'll get the white balance fixed too. Hang on, white balance. It's a little too brown. Okay, that's roughly what I really look like, right? That's roughly what and look, they're running from him now. Guys, this is bad advice to Brian. We're creeping ever closer to what is a favorite part of the show for many people, where your host, Brian, actually takes one of you. This is where I get a little tough because I want some competition tonight. I kicked ass last week. I don't think I got shocked once. The person last week is a loser. I was the wiener. Do you want to be a wiener tonight? I'm going to take on this big wiener in clown makeup. We're going to play Shot Call a Lie Detector soon. Whoever beats me in it is going to win almost $20 in Starbucks coffee. And I believe I owe somebody a Starbucks gift card. Rick, Steve, if you're in the house, I think you won What's It last week, and I don't believe I gave you your card yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm right, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. I'll see it, and your card will be on its way within 24 hours. Okay. I had a little bank fraud, so I have to change all my Starbucks app on my phone uses that debit card, and I can't use the debit card anymore because apparently some fraud in it. They call the janitor Scrub Daddy. Yeah, they do. Somebody has to, though, right? At the end of the night at a sex club, somebody goes into those rooms with those big leather. Look at me. I'm talking like I fucking know. I don't know. Whatever they are. If you've been to a sex club, without outing yourself here on the chat, if you can somehow imply with a wink and a nod that, yes, leather couches. Is that the best way to go? Yes. No. Vinyl. Vinyl or Naugahyde, because there's going to be some fluid exchange. Nothing in there can be cloth. Nothing's made of velour or velvet. It's all shit. You can go in with a hose and go. This is a swingers club. There is a swingers club about 10 minutes away from the South Florida Ren Fest. And what's it called? DD's Hideaway. DD's Hideaway? DD's. Caliente is probably open. Oh, is that a sex club? People coming out of the woodwork. I know of at least one. Mary's Club in Portland is open 365 days. Just saying. Oh, and that's an adult club. Okay, there we go. Hi, Pixie Girl. How you doing? Be a winner, not a wiener. Exactly. And there he is. You got my card to me. Oh, I did? Okay, cool. All right, thank you. I'm getting older, guys. I wasn't kidding. I thought I didn't give Steve his card. Couch protectors, like at your grandma's house. That would ruin it. But that makes so much sense. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a beautiful piece of meta culture that would be. You rent a space. You open an adult club. I'm going to call it an adult club. We all know I'm not a prude. Okay. Trust me. I'm just trying to make sure the show is palatable to everybody. If I call it an adult club, I think we're good. And you call it Grandma's house. And when you go in, It's regular furniture you'd see at grandma's house. Everything's covered in plastic. And complete. Grandma kitchen table, but up with vinyl on top and bolted to the floor so it can take lots of vibration. Counters that are ready for action, but they're granny counters. Little trays of cookies everywhere. Edible. That's part of what you pay for. Granny's house, adult club. Who would do it? You couldn't. What else would be a theme for a sex club that would not inspire sexuality? Exactly, Louis Piccolo. When you're here, your family. Oh my God, guys, we're going into business. Should Brian hit the club? What club? Oh, yeah. Well, no, I shouldn't. But, if you do, I'm not judging. Good for you. I'm not in a position to. Back when I was, I still probably wouldn't have. Did I ever think about that? I was aware of those kind of things, sex clubs. And when I was a single young buck on the road, I was like, nah. First of all, I'm really tall. Being naked around other people, and I'm about to fuck this whole phrase up because I'm going to say when you're not being sexually active, but I guess when you're at a sex club, you are being sexually active. But I'm not going to be sexually active with the other 60 people in a giant space. I'm going to be with, right? So the guy over there and the gal over there is going to, I don't know. And I'm going to see them when I'm with whatever I'm with, whatever. And hey, I'm willing to experiment. So if I'm down there and I'm getting into it, but then there's Carl looking at me, not the Beaver. Although Carl the Beaver would be a great name for a character to sign in when you go to a sex club. Do they have you sign in? Just one tonight, and I'm a man, so I got to pay $300. Because I found that out. Trust me, I don't worry how I found that out, but I found that out. The men are charged a lot because we're assholes. Sign Carl the Beaver. And then you have a little name tag, Carl. Hopefully it's a sticky kind. You put it on your naked chest because you're going to take your clothes off, I assume, at one point. At Granny's house, there needs to be a copious amounts of decorative towels you aren't allowed to use, in addition to the ones where Lewis said you got to do it on the towel. There's a podcast called the Granny Panty Podcast. They talk to swingers that are in the older category. See, yeah, sex name the priest's house. For the sex club, not just sex name, right? Okay, I like that one. I'm going to a porn convention in April. All right, have fun with that. What is a porn convention? I mean, I guess there's a porn industry, and I guess people need to make porn, so the actors need to meet the people that make it, right? Well, there you go. Maybe Sadora is branching out. They have you sign in, plus you have to have your health test results with you. Yeah. You know a lot about this, Lewis. I'm not calling anybody out here, guys. Let your freak flags fly. Again, if I could, I probably would. Actually, I don't think I probably would. For the various reasons I said. I'm just too shy. There's a good nude beach in Miami. Okay, Scotty, I'll show up there. Exotica. Oh, I know about the Exotica conventions. That's not just porn. It's anything adult in nature. Because I had a friend who sold leather masks in the Ren Fair circuit, and he set up a booth there for people to buy his sexy, and of course he just sells these nice, beautifully made leather masks. But in that world, people like to have those for various reasons, and so there you go. Sex club theme, bureaucracy bonanza, dress as DMV clerks, and argue over forms while having sex, obviously. We're going to have another one of these dry Asahi beers. This isn't beer and song, so the beer doesn't really matter. Ooh, this shot is getting worse as the night goes on. Let's see if I can fix it. I can save this shot. I can save it. Ooh, that's making it much worse. All right, whatever. That's how we're going to be. It's a lovely dry right there, guys. And again, the quotes are wrong. People in Korea, if you're saying that this thing I'm drinking is dry, you don't need quotes around it. Quotes implies that maybe it's not. People don't use air quotes right. They don't use spoiler alert right. And a lot of people say all intensive purposes. Welcome to Brian Fixes All the Bad Grammar in the World. It's all intents and purposes. 2 words. I said intensive purposes back when I was probably 19, but then my dad said, that's wrong. And I said, okay, Dad. He was a bit of a grammar Nazi. Be careful saying Nazi these days. Apparently, there's Nazis in our world again. Thought we clean them up. Hey guys, Bad Advice is going to move on here in a second. We're going to move to shock collar lie detector. I'm going to set it up right now. If you've never seen my show before, this has become one of the favorite parts of the show. It's not the finale of the show because I know how to put a show together. There needs to be a denouement. But in this section of the show, in a moment, I'm going to be wearing this dog training shock collar. This is not one that was purchased by me for my various dogs. It was one that was given to me by a lovely woman named Marnie Milkey, longtime Brian Howard live stream fan and supporter. Because my old one didn't work anymore, and it has a remote control with it. Now, this shock collar does various things. It makes a beepy noise. It does a vibrating thing. I'm not sure if you can hear that. It does a shock thing, which I never do near the mic, because I'm never sure if I'm going to ruin the microphone. And I figured this out last week, to actually clip it in the front and then move it around to where you want it to go. Hang on. What am I doing? Am I doing it right? Okay, and then move the shock collar over to the side of my neck that did not have cancer. Fuck cancer. Okay, in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, don't set it for 3. Go down to 1. Oh, pull it away from the neck when I set it up for shock. Okay, there we go. Oop, it's still set for 2. That would have sucked. As you can see on the remote here on the close-up camera, I have it set for shock. There's a little lightning bolt. The little S right there on that button means shock. I put that there so I could read it better. And it's set at level 1. This has 3 levels. Level 3 is bullshit. And yes, I have experienced it. I don't ever want to again. In a moment, one of you is going to volunteer to compete against me in a game that we call shock collar lie detector. The way the game works is very, very simple. In front of me on a notepad app I have open right now, I have some various statements about me. Various statements like things I've done in my life, conditions about my body, a little history of me. And last week I had a fun little sexy thing where I went to, what did I say? I went to second base in every vehicle I've ever owned. And slippers. One person is going to ask me questions about said statement. In fact, the entire audience is allowed to ask questions, but I'm going to try to give as much credence as I can to the person I'm competing against. I will answer the questions as heartfully and honestly as I can. At the end of a certain amount of time, I'll put up a poll on the screen. If you're on Twitch especially, you will see the poll. I'm trying to get my poll app ready to go here. There it is. And the audience will get to answer if they think what I'm saying is completely true or completely false. But I will then say to the person competing against me, and before we get into it, if you are the person competing against me, please let me lead the show and kind of put it together so it theatrically makes good drama. Yes, I do care about that at the show. Don't just start barking out your answer before I'm ready. I'll say, are you ready? You'll say yes. I'll say, give me the answer. And you'll do it in the chat. You'll say, that statement you said is true, or that statement you said is false. If you get it correct, if it was a lie and you caught me in the lie, you get a point. If it was true and you caught me that it's true, you get a point. And in both those cases, I get a little press of the button here and get my neck shocked. If you get it wrong, I do not get shocked, and I get a point. Then we move on to round number 2. There's always at least 2 rounds. This is a best-of-3 game. Polarity is reversed for round 2. You make a statement. We all ask you questions. You have the benefit here, because if we go 3 rounds, you're going to see my face for 3 rounds. We never see your face. We just see words on a chat. So you have a benefit. You could be lying your ass off, but we're never going to know because we can't really see your face. But I'm very good at this game because at my heart, I am a liar. So we will ask you questions. When I play the game, I tend to let the audience do all the asking of questions. I just lay back and kind of make my decision whether or not it's true or not. I then give my answer, true or false, and the same rules apply. If I get it right, I get a point. If I get it wrong, I get shocked. It's best of 3. If I get 2 points in a row, game over. If you get 2 points in a row, game over. Last week did not go on to round 3. So now I go to the audience. Who in my beautiful audience, and you're all beautiful, sexy people with fantastic asses, as you know. Don't look. I've seen them all. Part of watching my show, there's a nanite now loose in your house that I can manipulate. He's got a little camera. I'm not looking at everything, just your butts. We've all got butts. Who would like to take me on? I love, says Pixie Girl. I don't know what that means. Not my favorite part. And Elon Musk I know. Fucking idiot. And I've said this a few times before, but I'm going to say it again because I think it's important to understand. Remember, Elon Musk did not invent the electric car. He's just bought a lot of stock and invested in the company Tesla. I feel bad because Tesla, I think, is trying to do a good thing by developing electric cars, and we're not getting political here. It sucks that the face of the company is this asshole, but it's still good that people are making cars that don't belch out chlorofluorocarbons. And for all you people who says, yeah, but where's the power come from? It comes from a power plant that would be functioning anyway. So move on with your argument. So sick of hearing that. Nope, I have no but. Well, I'll take their word for it, Gary. If no one else, I will volunteer. What a... And Zadora volunteers as tribute. Okay, so we'll go shock collar tribute, and we'll do Zadora. I think we're just going to give it to Zadora, but we'll see. Mark was hired by the two real founders to help find investors. Yes, thank you. I second Zadora. I think Zadora, it's going to be you. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Zadora. All right, we'll just... Do you guys want to do a poll anyway? Take it, Danny, says Kyle. She is good at the puzzle. All right, then I won't post this new poll. Okay, Danny, you've done the show before. You're a big helper of the show. You were a mod at the show, so you know the rules, but I explained them already. Are you ready to play tonight's game? Let's call her about her new nickname, everybody. Muggy. Muggy, are you ready to play? Let me know, Muggy, if you're ready. She says ready. Muggy, I have in front of me 1, 2, 3 statements. Pick a number between. Pick either 1, 2, or 3. Ecto Muggy. Ooh, I like that better. Oh, okay, Ecto Muggy. If Tetra's such a high-end car, why don't they cover the entire top of the car with, mitigate some of the energy uses? I don't know, Lewis. You're an engineer. Get on it. Cleavage. He goes for 2. Okay, I'm going to make... Oh, I do need to keep the polling app open. I just realized. Hang on, let me copy this. Let me make my little polling app. Where is it? There it is. And on this one, I always make it... I cuss. I don't know why. Can I get all those words in there? Cool. Is it going to... Here's the thing. It wouldn't let me put the word turd in, and I'm putting the F-bomb in these. Ooh, it may not let me. Well, we'll find out here in a second. Okay, guys, here is the statement. I once ate sushi underwater. Ecto Muggy. I like it. Ecto Muggy's fine. All right. He is not. Exactly. Actually, I think they can't. I mean, it would mitigate a little bit of power, but of course, solar panels, and you know this, you're an engineer, Lewis, we love solar energy, but of course, it's the transfer of the sunlight hitting it to actual wattage it creates is so small. It's just not enough. Were you in a boat? Maria Del Rey, no, I was under a boat. The statement again is I ate sushi underwater. How old were you? I'm going to say I was probably 33. What kind of water? Pool, fresh, salt? That was the ocean, Meow House. It was the ocean. If you just joined us, we're playing Shock Collar Lie Detector. Yes, I have a shock collar around my neck. Welcome to the show. Were you in a underwater restaurant? Kyle Holmes, very good question. The answer is no. Which ocean? I would say that would be the Caribbean or the Atlantic. Whichever one, Gulf of Mexico, is around Key West. That's the Atlantic, right? Right, okay. I was not in a submarine. Was the fish still alive? Good question. Answer, no. Under a boat or on a boat level under the water? No, I was physically under a boat. Good question. Scotty, did you use chopsticks? No, it was not that advanced, Scotty. What were you wearing? Scuba gear. How did you eat the sushi? It is possible to remove your regulator, shove a piece of tuna in your mouth, a little bit of water goes in there with it, big breath of air first, chew, 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 swallow, regulator back in. Did you use soy sauce? No. So that's answering Zadora's question. That's how I did it. And no soy sauce. That's Scotty's question. I'll try to keep you abreast of where we are. Did the guide cut it for you? It wasn't a guide. It was my friend, Dan being a bit of a smart ass. And it was funny. It was already ready to go. Sounds more like, yeah, fair enough. Meow House, good point. There's no rice. Okay, so I'm sorry. You're right. It's sashimi, whatever, raw piece of raw fish. And it was tuna. There you go, before you even ask. So it was raw tuna, just like what you'd put on the rice, but no rice. Yeah, no rice. What was it? It was tuna. All right. Fair point. My statement should have said sashimi, but you guys get the point, right? A piece of raw tuna. Ooh. It is very silly. Yeah, no rice. Did it taste watered down? Yeah, it tasted. I got a little, about a half an ounce or two of ocean seawater, salt water, which you should not drink, of course, but not enough to really hurt me. Chew, swallow. Not a very big piece, by the way, like that big. Then thumbs up to my buddy. Quick clear of the regulator, and then we laughed about it later back at his house over beers. Well, if you were in the water and it was the ocean, you wouldn't need soy sauce because salt. Exactly. So it was brought down with you. Yes, it was a planned thing by my friend. I didn't do it. We joked about it like the day before, and he happened to have some sushi quality tuna in his house because he's a super duper fisherman, and he loved sushi, and he just got it. Did you get diarrhea? I did not get diarrhea. It wasn't a dare. It was just like, we had talked about it the day before. We're diving. We're in the Keys, and we're doing stuff, and he gives me a little tap on the shoulder. And you have those little boards, remember? Well, I don't remember, but when you're a scuba diver, you have these little boards you can ride on with these weird little pencils. They're just basic pencils, but somehow they work underwater. And he had written sushi ? And I was like, and then out of a little pocket of his BD vest that you wear, and when you scuba dive to inflate, it doesn't matter. They usually have one or two pockets. He pulls out this little tiny Ziploc, 2 pieces of tuna. He keeps one, hands one to me, and we do it. There you go. Zadora says she's ready to answer. Okay, Zadora, do not answer yet. Let me answer. Grease pencils. They're not grease pencils, though. If you're a diver, do you know the Keys are what island? We were down the main island. Is that island have a name? The one that's Key West. He lived on Big Coppet. I think he still lives on Big Coppet, the island just north of there, right? But let's do the poll first. See what people think before you answer. Danny, no such thing as sushi quality tuna. Oh, okay. Well, what about when you go to the sushi restaurant? What don't you get tuna and whatever? It was tuna. It was the red meat, right? Tuna? Yeah. Are you arguing something about like the various levels of tuna quality? Sushi's not one of them. Okay, fair enough. It's just tuna. All right, fine. I don't know. I'm not Mr. Tuna expert. I once ate sushi. That should read sashimi. Whatever. A piece of raw tuna. But this is quicker. Totally fucking true has 1 vote. Totally fucking false has 4 votes. We're going to let this run for a bit. Danny already has her answer. If you just joined the show, I've made this statement. I once ate a piece of raw tuna while underwater, and I explained the entire situation. And now we're deciding if that's true or if it is a falsehood. It's just tuna. I did not know that. Did any sharks swim up and give you puppy eyes for treats? That'd have been funny. It's tuna with a massive side of mercury. Oh, because there's a lot of mercury in tuna? Okay. Not sure what that means. Okay, it looks like the poll is 3 to 4, pretty close to even. Is it going to change? There's way more people than that watching me on Twitch. I think not even half the audience has voted. Right now, the vote is totally fucking true. The vote of 3, totally fucking... And look, I got away with fucking. Fucking is in there, right? But I couldn't ask a question about a turd. That's messed up. Totally fucking false, 5. Totally fucking true just jumped to 4. I want to see at least half. Well, I guess we're there. Okay, at least half the audience has voted. Okay, so Zadora, Ectomuggy, the audience kind of even 5 to 4, but leaning false, saying totally fucking false. My statement is the statement, I apologize, is a little clumsy this week. It wasn't really sushi. There's no rice involved, no seaweed, no wasabi, just a piece of tuna. So, Zadora, Muggy, turd is too political for Twitch. I guess so. Is that true or false? Slippers. Ectomuggy, is that true or false? Fucking true. I'm a rebel, she says in parenthetically. I'm going to get the remote control up in the air. I'm going to set it back down because that's absolutely false. I made that up just before the show started. I never ate a piece of raw fish underwater. I'm not sure if that's physically possible, but you got to give me points because I made it seem possible, didn't I? So in your face, Zadora, it is not true. That is a fault. That is 1 point for me, 0 for you. Zadora, we now move to round 2. Please, that's all right. You have 2 more chances to try to beat me. How many statements do you have? What numbers between this and that am I going to choose between? While you're putting that in the chat, I'm going to quickly turn my heater up. It's just getting colder out here. Okay. And I am back. Thank you. Well, I'm pretty good at this. 1 to 50. Shut your filthy hole. Zadora knows that it doesn't matter how many you have in front of you. Say a number like that. Whichever I say, she's going to read the one statement she has. Maybe she has 2. I don't think she has 50. I'll go cleavage. We'll go, I guess, 25. Statement 25, Zadora. I'm a good liar, Meow House. Well, I'm a performer. I'm an actor, so, I'm going to be able to act like something's true. What the hell's my poll? Is this it? Oh, there it is. New poll. Looks, do you see the steam? Is that technically steam that comes out of your mouth when it's cold? It isn't steam, right? In the truest sense of the word steam, is it? I don't know. Zadora! Ectomuggy! What is your statement? Look, here's her mug. John and I, John, by the way, is her husband, were chosen to be in a commercial at a convention. Okay. What kind of convention? I already know what she's going to say here, by the way. Was it the porn convention? Exactly. Almost time for NorCal. It is Pixie Girl. Was it a porn convention? Well, let's let her answer. Fan Expo. Was it? It was a fan. It wasn't Exotica, not the porn convention. Okay. Commercial. Okay. Then what? You were pulled aside at like a fan convention to do what? To promote what? What did you say? What were your lines of dialogue? Hi, here we are at the Fan Expo. Come on down. Was it like that? Yeah. What was it for? Give us the gist. Marina Del Rey is asking basically the same question. Oh, were you in Ghostbusters gear? Kyle, I guarantee you she was. I assumed that the convention was going to be a Ghostbusters con. But FanCon, she probably got to meet Ernie Hudson, right? And some people from Ghostbusters world. The Walking Dead, we were zombies. Oh, so you're walking around as zombies and they wanted to get footage of you. So did you just go, brains? Was the commercial for the convention? Because you said it was a commercial. We have to figure out if she's using that word right. The way I used the word sushi incorrectly, right? So she's at this little promo thing. Maybe it was to promote the following year's convention, because usually you can't turn around a commercial. A con like that is like over a weekend, right? They shoot footage of John and Danny walking around. Then they got to go edit it and get it ready to go. Then put it out on the internet, I guess, mostly. Yes, we were made up to go after Norman Reedus and Michael Rooker. Oh. Okay. Yeah, but what was the footage used for? Because I think, and Marina's getting at it too. It sounds to me like it was a fun little bit of shtick that was used, maybe to promote the same event next year, right? Because how quickly did they turn it around? I guess, Danny, is what we're saying here. Like if you're walking around Thursday and they shot this fun little bit of shtick, and did it show there in the convention? TV to promote the convention for the following year. Okay, there we go. Okay. How do I do that? Okay. Was it dead calm? She's no to Kyle. Were you given, what was the name of the, yeah, anything to be in the commercial? How did you get the opportunity? Those are all good questions. I'm going to sit back and look at these answers. Okay, I'm going to look at these answers. Okay. I want to see her answers. Danny, don't worry about what I just did right now. Was it dead calm? Yeah, what was the name of this event? And where was it? I mean, you live in the Midwest, so I'm assuming it's Milwaukee or Chicago, the two big cities there. Oh, there's a lag here. Am I? Yeah, her statement's really long. We worked as handlers for the convention. I was with Norman Reedus. John was with Rooker. What was the name of the convention? Wizard World. Okay. So Wizard World. I'm going to post right now. Her statement's kind of long, and I just copy and pasted it. It may not show up, but we all get what we're answering here, right? You're going to see the beginning part of it if you're on Twitch. John and I were chosen and to be in a commercial. Okay, there you go. All the words got in there. Totally fucking true, totally fucking false. I have nothing else to answer. That seems possible, right, guys? Danny is a big into nerd culture. We know that she loves her Ghostbusters. She would go to the nerd cons. She would be involved in that world. That's not surprising to me that she would be there. It's not surprising to me that she would be asked to be a handler. Right? Let's look at the downside. Danny is smart. She knows everything I just said is true. Therefore, she would come up with something like this because she's good. Right now, we're all deciding how devious is Danny right now manipulating me. Because everything that she just said is completely plausible. That's why my sushi thing worked so well. Because you all know I scuba dived back in the dive. You know, I've talked about that numerous times. You all know that most of my scuba diving is down in the Florida Keys. And I use the name Dan, who's a real friend of mine who really does live in the Florida Keys, who I have really scuba dived with. Not that you guys went down the rabbit hole on that, but that's all based on real shit. Is Danny doing the same thing? Was Danny at this place? Did Danny see the handlers? Did Danny go, I'll just say that I was the handler and I was in this piece of footage? Huh. Interesting. Looks like we have 8 votes. There's more people watching the show than that. As always, people just aren't voting. Guys, not voting is how we got to where we are. Could we please just vote? Christ, it needs to be. God, fucking make people vote. If you just joined us, we're playing Shot Collar Lie Detector. My name is Brian Howard, coming into the last third of tonight's show. Okay, there's the final result right there. 6 say totally fucking true. 2 say totally fucking false. Best statement of the night. Thank you, Scotty. The manager or both actors. Oh, she's still answering questions. Ooh, you don't have to do that, but okay. Danny, you went counter to the audience and it bit you in the ass. I am not going to go counter. This sounds like something that would absolutely happen in your life. Again, Danny is also smart. She's very clever. She could easily be manipulating the hell out of me. Danny, I'm saying that's true. That is a true statement. You were in a fun little video dressed as zombies with those actors, and it was used to promote the show the following year or what have you. Although that's the squirrely statement. Totally fucking, oh, she's going to. Oh, damn it. And I just said something that I knew was going to be a problem. Did you guys hear me do it? Here's what we're going to do the shock in a second, but I hope you guys saw me second guess myself at the last second. I would accept the idea of shooting footage to promote the thing. Actors like that, they come to a thing like that. They're not coming back next year. You get them the one time, they do their thing. They're fucking out the door, right? They're not coming back the next year, and you're not shooting content to promote the next year. You're not doing that. And I thought of that, and you guys saw me think of it or heard me think of it, and I didn't think of it in time. God damn it. Oh. She was clever enough to do that. Okay, guys, we're set on one. If you don't like this kind of thing, look away. There's the S button. Here we go. I hate when there's a delay. Please don't be a delay. Good skin contact. Here we go. She didn't get two of you. Wait, who voted correctly? Marina, you voted correctly? Was that you? Okay. Whoever it was, she didn't get everybody. Two people voted correctly. Guys, round 3. We're currently tied. I have 1 point. Danny has 1. That was Gary. Gary got it right. Okay, Danny, I now have 2 statements. Please pick one. You were bamboozled. It was Marina and Gary. True to be in the service of helping to win. All right. 1. Okay. Here we go. Tiebreaker. That's right, Shiloh. Tiebreaker. Is this spelled right? Why is it not spelled right? Wait, hang on. I don't want to say it until I have the spelling right. Okay, there we go. Okay, here's the statement. Let me get the little thing totally written there so I can totally fucking true. Totally fucking false. And I am going to stick with the little thing that I started saying a while back, or the next round, since we're at round 3. If I do lose this, we're going to increase the power of the shot collar to 2. The statement is, I have a tattoo. I have a tattoo. Oh. Where is it? On my arm. Hang on. My family's asking me a question. All right, there we go. All right. Kid's asking a funny question. What color is it? Just black. You need to shave. All right. Thank you. Is it suitable for what is it? Oh, for what's it? Yes. When did you get it? This week. Last week. Wait, today's Monday, right? Yeah, last week. What is it of? It's initials and a little heart. Is it a blue cow? It is not. Okay, blue cow. You already got that in there. We're not even playing What's It yet. Just join us. We're playing Shot Collar Lie Detector. I've made the following statement. I have a tattoo. Now, you're asking me questions if I find out what it is. Is it paw prints? It is not paw prints. Whose initials? My wife's and my daughter's. Is the first initial M. One of them is. Is it to the itchy phase yet? Yes, Gary. What was the direction you told? Don't really care. Oh, like there's like the plastic thing is on it first. That's gone, and then just like they gave us like some lotion and a tiny little thing that you break open like a little ampule, and you put that on. I think it's because it was this guy's thing. The guy's on Figueroa Boulevard. How big? Very small. And put that on a little bit, and then I guess next week we start putting lotion. How big? Not very big. Not very big. How much did it cost? 100. Did it hurt? Yes, but not a lot. Not a lot. $100. Very small. Very affordable. I'm waiting for the obvious question from one of you. Where in the arm? It's right there. Will you get another? I don't think so. I didn't want this one. Okay? This is news right now I'm making. Didn't want it. What prompted you to get it? My daughter. Hurt his relative. Exactly, Scotty. Did you have to shave the arm? I did not, Kyle. I don't have a lot of hair there. What city was the tattoo? Los Angeles, California. Correct, Danny. Matching with her. She's been asking me for months. My daughter's got 2 tattoos, very small, very discreet tattoos, no big deal. And she says we should do that. We should get the a little thing, and we came up with a thing, and so I said yes. Is this your first? The answer is yes, and it will be my last. I got a tattoo. I'm moving on. I'm not going to go tribal on the arm. Not doing that. So Maria didn't get one. She did not. Maria said, fuck no. So I went, okay. And I went. We're going to try to talk her into it, I guess. Full sleeve. Yeah, full sleeve, right. No. Just right here. No butterfly tramp stamp. No, Kyle. My daughter's initials are not right above my ass crack. Zadora, let me do my thing. What are we doing here? Okay, and let's do our thing here. The statement I made, ladies and gentlemen, which is a fun one. I have a tattoo. I won't give any more answers because rescue on the neck, maybe. Let's let people vote here for a bit. Muggy. Wait, what's it called? Ecto Muggy. Just to reiterate, my daughter had a few tattoos. She's been asking for a while. Maybe we could all do like a family thing. I kept saying no. I finally said yes. She went back to school today, basically. Well, Sunday, because she went out to her boyfriend's place and then to school. And so this was the last chance over the winter break. And I went, okay, fine. And so I now have a tattoo of my initials and my daughter's initials in a cute little kind of, I'm giving you more information than you asked, but like calligraphy kind of heart. All right, let's see what the audience is saying. Totally fucking true. 2 votes. Totally fucking false. 6 votes. Is it gonna? False wasn't most of the LA closed. Oh. Well, no, most of LA is open, but all right, because I live here. LA is hugely large. Altadena is closed, and the Palisades are closed. But city of Los Angeles is open for business. Actually, no businesses closed. A little extra little LA knowledge. You know, obviously the shit in Altadena is a lot of those buildings don't even exist. But where I live, everything's open. Pizza joints open. We have pizza afterwards. So. I'm going to end the poll. Totally fucking false. Because I want to move on here. I'm looking at the time. 7 people voted for that. Totally fucking true. 2 people voted for that. Zadora Delina, Muggy, Ecto Muggy, as we now call her. You have the reins to this decision. Is what I just said true or false? Did I finally break down and get a little matching tattoo with my kid? On Thursday. Excuse me. I'm saying false, says Zadora Delina, and I pick up this remote, and I have to use it because that is false. She called me out. I do not have a tattoo. I've considered getting one, but it's nothing that I'm really crazy about. We will see. Wait, where's my fucking button? There it is. Guys, as you can see, I have it set on 2. You see the little light flashing. It's still connected to this. Here we go. If you don't like this part of the show, this is where you probably don't want to watch. Why did I pause? Why did I just fucking... Oh no, it didn't do it. Oh, I hate this so much. This is so much worse. Ow! Ladies and gentlemen, give all kinds of love and congratulations to the lovely and talented Danny Mueller, Zadora Delina, or as we call her here on the show, Ecto Muggy. She won. She won $10 in Starbucks gift cards. Zadora, just reach out to me on facebook.com/Brian Live. That's where I do all my business communication. Let me know your email address. I believe you've won before, so I probably have a chat with you saved there. But do it anyway, because as you just saw earlier tonight, I forget if I've even sent these suckers out. You'll get a $10 Starbucks gift card on your email. It's a digital card. It'll be on your phone. It'll have a little thing you can scan when you go to Starbucks, and it won't be themed like Halloween like that. But I like always having that up there. Guys, that is the end of Shock Collar. Well done, Danny. Hey, a 3-rounder. I got shocked twice. Wait, did I? Yeah, because I lost, right? Yeah, so I got shocked twice. Duh. Hang on, I got to clean this up a bit. Okay, I'm looking at my other one statement. I'm glad you didn't pick that one because it's kind of boring. Dueling shock collars. Well, we did, Kyle. When the shock collar slippers, real quick, came into my world because I had this funny premise, and it wasn't what I just did with you. I had a funny premise for a thing to do at a Renaissance fair, which I did twice, and then I did it at one Mooney and Brune show at the Gorton Center right before the pandemic. Okay, so right before the pandemic, our last theatrical show, I went out with a guitar, and I might do it this year because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Am I great at segues or not? Mooney and Brune are returning to the Gorton Center coming March 8th, 7 p.m. One show only. Last time we were there, we did 2 shows, a matinee and an evening show. The evening show did very, very well in sales. The matinee did about 3/4 in sales, which means we are not doing enough curtains to accommodate everybody. I don't know why we've decided to do that, but we're weird old clown people, and we said, let's just do one show. And I said, but what if we sold way more than one show's worth of tickets last time? We stuck with, we'll just do one. It'll be the best. So we're just doing one. Anyway, the routine I did is I won't ruin it. I'm going to shut up. I don't know, Zadora. We'll see. Good night, Gary. Say good night to Gary, everybody. So come click that link right there. I just put in there, Brian Howard Live. That is the ticket link coming out. There are 2 tickets available. The regular Gen Pop ticket for $35, $40 puts you somewhere in the theater. $45 gets you the front 3 rows, including all kinds of special tchotchkes, gifts, and extra access to me and the Moonster. We're still working on all the cool stuff we're going to do. We already know we're giving away a pin, a VIP pin for those people, which I'm going to make with my little wooden pin cutting thing. So you're going to get that. That's going to be cool. I'm designing it right now. I can't show it to you. Speaking of pins, in honor of tonight's show, going over to brianhowardcomedy.com. This is a kind of a weird example because we did have rain this week. This is one of the pins, but it's very wet, and this one was never sealed with its sealant, so it doesn't get all brown like this, but it's what I had out here. I give bad advice in honor of this show. Get that, and this one doesn't even have a pin back on it, but it will. It'll have a pin back on it, like this one does. This is a Nipples Erector with Excitement pin, which also got soaking wet because of the rain. Head on over there, order one of those pins. It helps me stay in the black. Get your pins for your tits. Exactly. If you have tits, and we all do, get some pins for them. Okay. I'm looking at the time. Okay, we have time for maybe one more question before we get into What's It with Brian. Let me go over to the live line right here. The live line. The live line. Here are the statements that I have under the discussions tab. Am I in the discussions tab? Danny, I'm not seeing those things. Did you put it in the discussions tab? Let me recycle the page. There they are. We didn't show up the first time. We'll do some speed run here. Best way to bail out of a terrible date? Die. Marina Del Way. Just a feigned death. Just, oh, really? Really? Oh, you have that many baseball cards. and just stay there. Okay, we already did that one. Fuck you, Kyle. How do you teach how do you teach executive simple US geography? Apparently you don't. Everything is now called American. And apparently some executives have convinced themselves that they can just buy other countries, and that's not really how countries work. Shiloh Download kind of found, we already did that one. Okay, great. So we're caught up. Yay, we're caught up on all our advice questions. Yay. It's time to play What's It with Brian, guys. Our final opportunity. And yes, this one also has a prize. But this one, guys, has a special, extra special, super duper prize, not just the Starbucks coffee prize. As you guys know, the next game called What's It with Brian very often just isn't a winner. And tonight I thought it'd be fun if I did the following. If nobody wins tonight, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a clock on it. When the game starts, I'm going to give the game 10 minutes. 10 minutes. If in that 10 minutes nobody wins, I will plug in. What just went out? Oh, my key light just went out. That's why I'm suddenly very yellow. I will plug in this wall shaver. It's the one I use for my beard. And I will cut my hair right here on the stream. I'm not shaving my head. It's set up for 1 inch. Okay? We'll do that live on the stream. Might have my wife come out and do it. Okay. So do you understand? Now, your incentive to win is to get coffee. And if you do win, if one of you wins, I cut my hair. Well, if not, I keep the hair. Wait, what did I just say? Did I say it wrong? Oh, I said it backwards. Sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. I said it backwards. Okay. If nobody wins, I don't do that. There we go. Ooh, microphone. If nobody wins, I do that. If somebody wins, I absolutely cut my hair. You're right. My apologies, guys. I misspoke, even though I'm not even drunk because I'm drinking low alcohol beer. But that is changing right now. So we're going to play What's It with Brian. It's very similar to the last game in that it is a question and answer game because, hey, guys, you come up with ways of interacting with your audience that aren't stupid little graphical things like most Twitch people use. That's right. In this one, it needs to be a yes/no question. So this is more like 20 questions. Okay, it's more like 20 questions. It's chilly out here, so I'm going to leave my hat on until the time changes. I'm going to start a timer pretty soon. Correct. Exactly, Marina. Yeah. Whoever wins gets the Starbucks card. And if there is a winner, I shave my head. Everybody got it? If there's no winner, no Starbucks card, I don't cut my hair live on camera right in front of you. Everybody got it? Winner gets the card. Yes. Yes. Marina Del Rey. Yes. Should get to pick a word to shave it. Okay, fucking that's funny. It's a picture. I win. Start saying. All right. Yes, no questions. Only let me go ahead and cue up the image just because I want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Okay, there it is. Let me cue it up on a thing. I can look at it. Okay, there it is. I'll park it right over there. Okay. Let me look at the time. It's currently 6:55, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to make this a speed run. We'll go as fast as we can. You know, I'm going to give you to 7:15. I'm going to give you 20 minutes. I was going to say, no, I was going to give you 15 minutes. So, oop, the light it just came back on. 7:0, we're going to call it 7:10. There's no winner by 7:10. I keep my hair for the night. And I'm sorry that my light is acting up. Okay, I'm now looking at the thing. I'm looking at the time. Go. Is it a weird image? I win twice. It's always a weird image. If we get it under 5 minutes, he will have to shave. He will have the sack live on air. Shave. I'm gonna. Yeah. Well, exactly. I'm sorry, guys. My lighting keeps changing because my key light is apparently fucked up because of the rain. Is it an elephant dressed like an astronaut attempting to buy donuts in Portugal? No. Is it an image of a person? That's Marina. No. And by the way, I'll try to keep you posted. Hang on. You can keep asking me, but I'm going to see if I can tighten this bulb here. Uh-oh. We can't have that. Oh, no, we can't do that. Don't do that. I'm not. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have no key light for the rest of the show. See, look, the lighting's not as good. Is it an image of a person? The answer is no. Is it an animal? That's Seal Delmar. The answer is yes. Is it human? The answer is no. Is it a bird? The answer is no. Is it a reptile? That's from Scotty. The answer is no. We're coming up to 13 minutes left. I had to do math tonight. Jesus. There's a countdown app somewhere on my, and I even looked it up today before I did this part of the show, and I didn't download it. I didn't get into it, but I could put a countdown right on the screen because there's a thing you can do with OBS, and I said, you know what, we don't need it. Okay, oh shit, is it more than one animal? No. How many legs does the animal have? 4. Is it a furry animal? Yes. Is it a mammal? Yes. Is it a fish? No. Does it have legs? Yes. Is it a mammal again? It's okay to repeat questions, guys. By the way, I'm going to take my medication, which I didn't take earlier today. I'm going to do it right in front of you. I'm going to wash it down with beer, which I know is completely against my doctor's orders. But is it a horse? No. Is it an otter? No. Is the animal doing a job? Yes. Is it a domestic animal? That's Zadora. Yes, it is a domestic animal. Is the animal wearing clothes? Yes. I don't like my shot now without my key light. God damn it. Is it a dog? That's Marina. No. Is it a cat? Zadora. Yes, it's a cat. It's your first yes of the night. Is the animal a farm animal? It is not. We already established it's a cat. It's okay. I know a lot of you guys, your internet's slow. No big deal. Is it a cat in a hat? It's not the Seuss character, the cat in the hat. How about that? Are you asking, does the way you phrase it, I got to be careful. There is a hat involved. There we go. Does the cat have glasses? The cat does not have glasses. Is the cat riding something? No. Is the cat wearing a fireman's suit? No. By the way, as a lot of people know on the show, typos happen. Don't fix your typos. I'm pretty good at knowing what you mean because it just slows us down if I meant to say riding, okay? Fireman's suit. No. Is the cat wearing a hat? Yes, the cat has a hat on. Is it a real animal or an animated animal? It's depicted as a real animal. Okay. Does the cat look angry? No. Is the cat wearing clothes related to a job? Yes. Is the cat eating? No. And you currently have 11 minutes left. Is it a famous cat? No. Is the cat doing a job? Yes. I've said that like 4 times. Oh. Is it a mailman suit, says Zadora? No. Is the cat in a pirate hat? No. By the way, we're not near the end yet. Trust me, you guys aren't close yet. But when we get close, I'm going to remind you, whoever wins has to say it all. If we've built up and like it's an apple pie made of sponges on a Volkswagen, and we're coming to the point where you know everything, it's an apple pie made of sponges, but you don't quite have Volkswagen. If you say Volkswagen, you still haven't won. You need to say an apple pie made of sponges, put it all together. That's only fair. Okay. And it's the first person that I see that gets it right. I know the internet is weird. Okay, not a mailman suit. It's not in a pirate hat. Is it a cat in a chef's uniform? That's Marina. No. Is the cat a doctor? That's Meow House. No. Is the cat scuba diving? That's also Meow House. No. Is the cat wearing an apron? The answer is no. That was Scotty. Is the cat in a magician's hat and outfit? No. You're all cheating on Google right now. I don't mind. It's okay. Is it a cat in a police uniform? That's no. That was Shiloh. Flippers. You guys, you have 10 minutes left. If you win, you get $10 in coffee, and I shave my head right in front of you. Does the cat have a tie? He does not. Is the cat really Johnny Depp? Fucking weird. The answer is no. That was Meow House. Zadora, is it a stripper cat? No, but I want to go into your mind right now. Look at me without my key light. I'm naked. Is the cat in a hard hat? Like a construction hat? No. Right? That's what you mean by hard hat, right? Some hats are hard, right? Am I overthinking it? I think I'm overthinking it. Is the cat singing? Does not appear to be singing. Construction cat? No. Is the cat dressed up as a UPS driver? No. Is the cat in a clown costume? The answer is no. Does the cat have an apron on? No. Again, that's the second time that's been asked. Is the cat holding anything? Doesn't appear to be in the picture. Is the cat at the beach? No. And you currently have 9 minutes left. You've almost used half of your time. This is not a hard one, I'll tell you that. It has three aspects. We already know it's a cat, and now we're just figuring out the outfit. And I'm going to put the setting in there. Where the cat is matters, okay? Don't worry, it's not going to be hard. Once you get like the second one, you'll get the setting. Or if you get the setting, you'll get the outfit. You know, the two are kind of related. You'll see. To answer Marina's question, yes, he's in a specific location. Okay, is the cat shopping? No. Is the cat in an office? No. Is the cat driving? No. Cat dressed up as a pirate on a ship? No, Scotty. Is the cat at a supermarket? No, that's from Shiloh. Down low. See, that's your thing, Shiloh. I go down low. Is the cat at hot dog on a stick? No. I haven't been there in years. Cat in a doctor's office. It is not a cat in a doctor's office, Zadora. Is it a cat in a powder wig in a courtroom? No. Is a cat working in a retail establishment? No. We're at 7:02. I said I give you 15 minutes. You have 8 minutes left. You're basically half your time is gone. Is the cat in a kitchen? No. Is the cat a bouncer? No. You guys are all guessing specific, and I try to give you guys this advice every week, and no one's listening. You got to start broad and then get specific. Right now, you're just banging out jobs. Find the realm of the job, and then you can get rid of like half of the shit that you're asking. Is the cat working a blue? Okay, I got to back up. Is the cat historical outfit? No, that's Meow House. The cat working as a blue collar job? That's Marina. I'm going to say no. It's not a blue collar job. Is the cat a superhero? I'm going to say no. Is it a cat astronaut? It is a cat astronaut. Mark Lemmons. Lemos. Is it a white collar job? I would say so. Is the cat in the transportation industry? No. We have 7 minutes left. Cat as an astronaut on the moon? I'm going to say yes to that. That's Zadora. I can't believe it. Yeah. Some of you are going to argue with this one because I'm not sure we can actually say that it's definitely the moon. It is another planet. You could say that that's Mars. You could say it's Venus. It doesn't matter. But any other planet, I would have accepted. Had you said Mars, I also would have said yes. Had you said Venus, I also would have said yes. I wanted you to, the third thing to be on another planet. That's clearly not supposed to be Earth. So that is Danny. Looks like Mars, but I'm still giving it to her because that was pretty quick because it was an easy one. Let me ask a question. So Danny, you're going to get 2 Starbucks gift cards. I'm going to lump them together. You're going to get a $20 card. Not bald, just okay, so we're going to plug in. If you came in late, my name is Brian, and I promise that if there was a winner in tonight's What's It with Brian, I will cut my hair live on camera down to 1 inch long. This is right back. This is what my hair looks like long. I've had my hair longer in years past. This is hang on, let me ask a question here. Please bring me a towel. Whoops. There we go. But I'm getting ready to go on the road. My next gig is going to be the Florida Renaissance Fair starting this coming Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there for the first 4 weekends. They only offered me 4 weekends this year because you guys need to speak up and go, damn it, we want them there the entire time. But I respect that. It's totally cool, and I'm not going to say no to that. I asked my wife to bring me a towel. I just saw a light going. I think she is going to bring me a towel, but I'm going to button my jacket up anyway, just to keep the hairs off my skin. Okay, here she comes. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm going to get a towel here in a second. I'm not sure if I'm doing this or the wife is doing this. Is the wife doing this? Well, stick around right there to help me in case I need your help. Yeah, well, yeah, stand near that thing. Okay. Well, take this.
Okay.
It's already set for 1 inch.
All right. I forgot the way that is it just like this?
Just basically this direction,
Okay.
starting right above my ear, all the way back. Then
Okay.
a little higher. It doesn't have to be perfect. We'll neaten it up later. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming to Bad Advice with Brian. I promised to have my hair cut. You can start, Pippi. It's okay.
Your glasses are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
My lovely wife Maria will now trim my hair back to the 1 inch that I usually start my. And this was actually a question a couple weeks ago on Bad Advice with Brian that I have not paid for a haircut in over a year, which was true, because it will. Here, let me see if I can help. No, you're getting some stuff.
Okay.
You're not going to get very much.
Okay.
Because it's not that long.
Okay, I'll do it. I do.
It's not that long. Here, I need to fluff it up. So if you had a good time tonight, I want to thank you all so much. The hat is still open. Drop a little something in at paypal.me/Brunchat. Venmo use Brunchat. This is as weird as I was hoping it was going to be. This is perfect. Every donation goes to me to help me keep buying beer and paying for the internet.
It's possibly a good haircut.
If you live in, and you can go from the back forward too sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, you can go wherever direction you want. It should work. Whatever you kind of want to go, if the hair's laying like this, you kind of want to go into it like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that usually works best. That's probably why you're not getting much going that direction, because my hair is already fallen back that way. So maybe come forward with it. Okay. Oh, hair going everywhere. Yeah, start coming forward with it maybe.
All right.
There we go. If you are in the Chicago, Milwaukee area, I'll be performing with Mooney the Magnificent in the Mooney and Brune Show, March 8th at 7 p.m. at the Gorton Center for the Arts.
How's it look?
I don't know. How's it look? I can't barely see it. Maybe you got to keep like the nose of it down as you're cutting in. Yeah, that too. Because it's not that long actually. So it'd be better if it were like an inch longer. You'd be getting much more purchase on the blades. I got to watch the chat here, see what they're saying. Close the towel. All right. Malcolm the Little shaving Dad's back. Right? Thank you, Zadora. Oh, I'll tell you this. Speaking of Zadora and all the other fobs out there, remember the show's normally fob exclusive, but we're going to go back to that. I'm going to talk to this lovely lady here. We're going to figure out what night of the week we're going to do it. Monday's going to be rough, obviously, because it's a travel day for me. I'll get back. I'll be exhausted, but I might still decide to do it. But we're going to see. It might end up being Tuesday or Thursday. We're going to work on that for the next 4 weeks. So I'm doing Florida. What else? There's going to be no coffee on Friday. Friday, I'm jumping on a plane. There may be coffee.
At the airport?
No, there may be coffee Thursday. Not tomorrow. I'm taking tomorrow off from being a social media person to look at my haircut.
Okay, how's that?
Here, let me just
finish it up, and I think it looks.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, you did. I think you did a good job. Thank you, baby.
Okay.
And we'll fade it later. Okay? Just show up Wednesday, guys. The final beer and songs before I hit the road. I'll still do beer and songs, of course. I get into my busy travel season, which is always weird for me mentally. We'll get into the mental anguish of what I do for a living and how it sometimes affects me only on Patreon. If you want to see those posts and those chats, those coffee chats, consider dropping something into my hat every month, the tune of $5, $10, or $20. Become a Patreon, and you will get the inside scoop. All right, that's the best I'm going to do out here. I got to go inside and do better. I didn't get it off as much as I was hoping. I got a lot of hair around me, though. Oh, there's hair everywhere. All right, let me turn this off. I'll take this inside. Yeah, there we go. There's an attractive man. We'll neaten it up later. There you go. You got to see me cut my damn hair live on camera. It's not as short. Yeah, it didn't. we're not. I'll go inside. We'll clean it up. But thank you all so very much. Hope you had a good time. This has been Bad Advice with Brian, the show that promises to always answer your questions to shock my neck. Congratulations to Ecto Muggy, who won $20 tonight in Starbucks coffee. Well done. And if you folks that didn't win, there's always opportunities to win various things at all my streams. I'll see you Wednesday for Beer and Songs of Brian. My hair will look considerably better than it does right now. I'll see you Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, Beer and Songs of Brian here on Twitch. It's been a lovely time hanging out with you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye, everybody.